Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On tonight's episode of Ken Cooks Stuff, we are making instant pot pasta slash lasagna. And I'm saying slash lasagna because this started out as one of those instant pot hacks where you can make lasagna in your instant pot, except you can't actually. Because you used lasagna noodles, you can't really stir anything. They just sit there like a pile of wet shingles. So you end up with a bunch of meat on the bottom, followed by pasta and sauce, and then a lot of cheese on the top. And it was not all that great, to be honest with you. There was no way to get in there and cut it up and serve it like you could an ordinary lasagna. So I thought, pasta's pasta. Let's use just a big chunky pasta and do it that way. And it worked out great. I did cut back on the cheese a little bit. The original recipe had all the cheese just sitting on top, and it wasn't great. So I cut back on the mozzarella. I don't like melted mozzarella all that much. You can add more if you want, completely up to you. The other thing is I did get almost all of the ingredients from Aldi, and you can actually get all the ingredients you need to make this from Aldi. I used all Aldi ingredients except for 3, and I actually forgot to use one, so all of them except 2 that went into it are from Aldi. Also, I kind of lost my mind for a moment there, and I started talking about sardines when I really meant to say was anchovies, and I will point that out to you when we get there. So let's head over to the table and look at the ingredients we need to make this dish. Okay, so these are the pantry ingredients that we're going to need. Like I said, there aren't that many ingredients in this dish, so this is part of what makes it really great. I'm using the oregano sauces from Aldi. These are 85 cents for a 24-ounce jar. The last time I used this tomato, basil, and garlic, and this stuff is amazing. It tastes so good. They also have a mushroom-flavored one and flavored with meat pasta sauce. And I think I'm going to use this one this time because I used that one last time. And I'm probably going to take it to my parents. My stepdad doesn't like mushrooms that much. So next time I think I'm going to make this with... I'm going to make this meatless, and I'm going to use this one and saute some fresh mushrooms. So we're going to go with this one. We also need some pasta, and I went to Aldi, and they had this Priano rigatoni bronze cut pasta. This was, I think, 99 cents for a 16-ounce bag. We're going to use 10 ounces of this, so we're still going to have 6 ounces left to do something else with. I'll probably cook it and serve it with this pesto, which is also Priano brand. So if you can't find this, they also have the oregano farfalle, which is the bow tie. I think farfalle actually means butterfly in Italian, but I could be wrong on that. But you could also use this. This was a 12-ounce box. I think this was 99 cents, somewhere around there, $1.09, something like that. We're going to need part of an onion. I'm not going to use the whole thing. And we're also going to need 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I know you can buy tomato paste at Aldi, but, you know, I never, unless I'm making like sloppy joes, I never use up the whole can. So I'm always stuck with part of a can sitting in the fridge, and then I never have something to do with it. So I went to the regular grocery store, the grocery store for normies, and they had this Delalo made in Italy Italian tomato paste in a tube. And I've used this before, and this is really great stuff. Coincidentally, you can get sardines in a tube too, which is great. I mean, I love sardines. I know not everybody does, but I will open up a little can and put them on pizza and use them in dishes. But sometimes you just need a squirt of flavor, and the stuff in the tube is really great. And this Italian tomato paste, you can squirt out exactly what you need and then just throw this in the fridge. So that's what we're going to get out of the pantry, and I will go get the stuff that we need out of the fridge. Okay, a couple other pantry items I forgot that we're going to need. We're going to need some granulated garlic. You can get this at Aldi. I actually got this. This is the Kirkland brand. I got this at Costco. We're going to need some Italian seasoning. And you can get that at Costco for sure. So you can get this at Aldi as well. You can do this entire dish just from things at Aldi. But we'll leave those aside for the moment. I forget where I got this. I might have gotten this at Aldi's, but anyway. We need this package. It's of Italian sausage. This is a 1-pound package of ground mild Italian sausage. I was kind of amazed by this because it is rather lean, and it has really good flavor, and you've got a little bit of a glare, I can see. It's really lean. I did not drain this the last time I made this dish. I actually like it when I make pasta and there's just a little tiny bit of fat on the top. I think it has extra flavor that way. This is pretty good on its own. I might add a little bit more fennel to it because I love lots of fennel seed in lasagna, that's the one thing you cannot get at Aldi's. We're also going to need a cup of low-fat cottage cheese. And I mean, you can use the regular fat if you want. This is the Friendly Farms brand from Aldi. This is really wonderful stuff. Eat it all the time. I actually got just the grated Parmesan and Romano in the can. I forget how much all this stuff was. I should look it up and get you a price at the end. We're going to need half a cup of this. And then the mozzarella cheese, the original recipe I got, called for half a cup shredded. And you end up with a lot of mozzarella cheese on top. And I love mozzarella, but I'm not a big fan of it when it's melted because it's so stringy. So I'm only going to use 2 ounces of this. So I'm only going to use a fourth of this package. But this is going to be plenty cheesy. So let's head over to the Instapot, where we're going to start by cooking up this package of sausage. Okay, so here we have our Instapot, and I think you can mostly see down in there. I'm going to hit the saute function on it and get that going. I'm going to get a wooden spoon or spatula thingy, whatever, to get things broken up. And of course, I always like to, I have another video that shows this. I don't think I have it edited yet, but I'm just going to take the plastic off of this sausage, and that's what it looks like. And you know me, I like to tear this up bit by bit and put in there in separate little chunks because it cooks up better that way. So okay, so I took us off camera for a couple of minutes to let this heat up. I put a couple of pieces in there, you saw me earlier, just so I would know when it's getting hot, and I'm going to go ahead and break this up. And again, I don't normally wear gloves, but I've got to touch a camera when this is all said and done, and the glove just makes life easier. So anyway, so I'm just going to mush this up a little bit as we go. And I have 2 containers of water. Just off screen back here is a container with 3 cups of water, and that's actually needed for the recipe. And then I have another container with a cup of water in it, just in case this sausage starts to brown a little bit too much. I can add that in to cool it down. So let's get all of this broken up a little bit in there. Just easier to break it up as you go. And I'm getting kind of impatient, so that sometimes happens. I don't like working with the glove, but you know, you do what you got to do. So, and my Instapot is telling me hot, so I might actually just click it off for a little bit. This saute function on this Instapot does get pretty hot, so I'm gonna go in here and stir this up a little bit. Oh, see if I can do it without banging the camera around. Get you back in scene here. One of these days I'll get really, really good at this. So this is going to take probably a good 10 minutes if I recall. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll come back in 10 minutes when this is fully cooked. Oh, the other thing I should tell you, this is half of that onion chopped up, and I'm probably not going to use all of this because it turns out this is a pretty pungent onion. And you can see there's a little bit of green in here because it's spring and everything wants to grow. So I'm probably going to use about half of this, which means that's about a fourth of that onion. So we'll come back in a bit. Okay, so our sausage is cooked. It's broken up quite nicely here, you can see. If I get my hand out of the way. So I'm going to add in half of these onions, let them saute for a little bit. And I did actually get out some fennel seed and try to do this without making too much noise. I crushed some up in my mortar and pestle that I got from Target. That was $16. Target is the other place I love to shop. So I'm going to saute these. I did add just a touch of water, so I want to make sure that cooks out as well. And you know, the nice thing about this Instapot, I mean, it'll spin in there, so you got to hang on to it here. But this upper edge is not hot because I'm on the saute function. So, Anyway, this is looking pretty good here. Just want those onions to saute down for a little bit. And they are rather pungent. So this is smelling amazing. I'm gonna get a little piece of this sausage out and taste that. That tastes really, really good. So now I've got sausage juice on my fingers. Okay. Anyway. Oh wow, that's so good. So next thing I have here, I have 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic and a tablespoon of the Italian seasoning. Going to add that in there. Give it a quick stir. All right, now at this point I'm going to turn the Instant Pot off. Okay, and I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of water. And then I'm going to add the pasta. And I did weigh that out so that it is exactly 10 ounces. I'm going to add our pasta sauce. And then I'm going to take the remainder of that water and put it in the jar. Because you know me, we don't waste anything. Alright, so I'm going to put this lid back on the jar and shake it up. Just to get all of the pasta sauce out. And there we go. And that is looking pretty good. So I'm going to give this a stir. And of course I had to pour pasta sauce all over the spatula that I'm using. That's alright. Okay, so as you can see, our meat is cooked. We have 3 extra cups of water plus the pasta sauce. That's going to help cook the pasta. Let's see if I can get all of that pasta sauce off of there. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to put the lid back on and let me see what I did with it. Checking my notes here. Okay. We're going to cook on high pressure. So I'm going to lock the lid in. And make sure... Yep, that's our sound. Make sure this is set to sealing back here. I'm going to set the pressure cook for 5 minutes on high. And we will come back when that is ready. Okay, so a couple of things. We cooked this on high for 10 minutes. No, sorry, cooked this on high for 5 minutes. Then we let it naturally release for 10. And then after that, we did a quick release. Now, I made a mistake and forgot something. I made such a big deal about tomato paste, and then I forgot to add it in. You are supposed to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste to the sausage when it's done cooking. And cook it until the tomato paste starts to turn brown. So this is not going to taste exactly the way it should, and in fact it looks a little soupy because I don't have the tomato paste there. But we're going to go with it. This is sometimes how new recipes get invented. So our last job here is to add the cheese, and so what I have in this bowl is I have a cup of the cottage cheese, 1/2 cup of the grated Parmesan Romano, and then 2 ounces of grated mozzarella. And I'm just gonna dollop this on here a little bit, and this will actually help soak up some of that sauce. Okay. And we are officially done cooking at this point. Okay, so I've got about half of it in there, and I'm gonna, the sad thing with this is that you don't really get layers. So I'm going to make layers by pushing that cheese down in there. This pasta is cooked perfectly though, so. Alright, so let's get the rest of this out of here. And I didn't put this back in the refrigerator after I mix it up. I let it come to, it's not quite at room temperature. I just didn't want to put it in here super cold, so. I'm going to drop some right in the middle there. And That is the last of it right there. Scrape that off with that spoon. Okay, and I'm going to push some of this down in there. And then we're going to put the lid back on, and we're just going to let it sit here for 10 minutes and let that cheese melt. Okay, so this has been 10 minutes, and I'm not quite sure what this is going to look like because I forgot the tomato paste, so let's take this lid off. Ah, there we go. And, ooh, you can see where that cheese is melted a little bit. Oh yeah, that's set up quite nicely actually. So I'm gonna get some of this on a plate, and we can meet back at the table. And this is what it looks like when you get it on a plate. I put some dried parsley flakes and a little bit more of the Parmesan and Romano on top, just to make it look a little bit prettier. You can see there's a little bit of liquid here because, yep, not adding the tomato sauce did cause that to be a little bit liquidy. I think tomorrow it'll be fine though, because I think the pasta will finish absorbing the rest of that liquid. So I will definitely come back tomorrow and see what it looks like, because I'll probably be eating this all week. So in the meantime though, what really matters is how does it taste. And you can see there's a fair amount of cheese in there. That pasta is al dente, so it will definitely absorb all the extra liquid. And anyway, I do have extra flavor in there from the fennel seeds, so this is delicious actually. Let's just get a bit of the sauce. This is actually kind of like lasagna now. I had a hard time making it with lasagna noodles and getting it to come out like lasagna, but this is delicious. That Aldi pork sausage. It is so tasty. Let's try to get a piece of everything here. So we'll get some pasta on our fork, and I'm using a salad fork because my dinner forks are dirty. I've got a bunch of dishes I need to clean up. All right. Wow, that is so amazing. I am definitely going to make it next time meatless. I'm going to use this mushroom pasta sauce. Going to cook down a whole bunch of mushrooms and see how that turns out. And I'll try to remember to add the tomato sauce next time. I might even add a little bit of anchovy paste. Yeah, you can get anchovies in the tube too. So, because I always used to make pasta sauce and I would put in anchovies. So, if you ever had my pasta in the 1990s, early 2000s, you ate anchovies. So, this is amazing. I'm gonna wrap it up here and finish eating this, and I'm gonna get the rest of it in the refrigerator, and I'll come back tomorrow and we'll see what it's like the next day, because I have a funny feeling it's going to be even better. It usually is. So, well, see you tomorrow. Okay, so you can see what it looks like the next day. I took this out of the fridge and microwaved it for about a minute and 15 seconds. It's tightened up quite a bit. The extra water that was there because I forgot to add the tomato paste got absorbed by the pasta, and you can see it. You can see where the mozzarella is. It's nice and stringy. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of melted mozzarella. I just don't like that texture that much, but the taste is amazing. And because it's the next day, I'm not going to add any more Parmesan cheese on top because I want to see if the flavors developed quite a bit. So I'm going to grab a piece of pasta and some of the sauce with the meat and the cheese. It would taste a little bit richer with the tomato sauce in it. But if you served me this, I would not know that anything is missing. This is just absolutely amazing. I love this. It's easy. Everything goes in one pot. You can cook sausage without making a mess all over the place. I love it. I will do this again. I'm going to do it again with the mushrooms because, I got that jar of sauce right here. So I encourage you to try this. Let's figure out some variations on this and see what we come up with. I'm going to shut down the camera and I'm going to eat this again. I'm probably going to be eating this for the next few days, and I'm not going to mind. I love dishes that make wonderful leftovers. And that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. If you like this, please comment, like, or subscribe. If you subscribe, be sure to hit that bell icon so you can get notifications when new videos go up. As always, summer is finally here or close to it, so try to spend some time outside. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Power to the proletariat.